Ahead on NCBA's Cattlemen to Cattlemen.
Why is beef quality assurance an important program for all cattle producers? We'll have a report. Plus, we'll head to Iowa to learn about caring for the land on an award-winning cattle ranch.
And now, NCBA's Cattlemen to Cattlemen with host Kevin Oxner.
Hello, I'm Kevin Oxner. Welcome to NCBA's Cattlemen to Cattlemen, your premier source for cattle industry information and education. The issue of country of origin labeling, known as COOL, remains on the front burner for the U.S. beef industry. This fall, it's expected that Canada and Mexico will be given clearance to level trade retaliation against the United States because the mandatory COOL program has been ruled an unfair trade practice by the World Trade Organization. The National Cattlemen's Beef Association has been urging Congress to take action to repeal COOL, according to Wyoming cattleman and NCBA President Philip Ellis.
COOL is at a very strategic spot right now. The WTO has ruled for the fourth time against the United States, and given our trading partners, Mexico and Canada, the opportunity to think about retaliation, and they're doing that, and that could come this fall. So we're happy that Congress in the House has passed legislation to repeal COOL. We're really working and looking for the Senate to take action. The best thing to happen here is to understand this will not work. It's a failed policy, and we need to repeal it before retaliation affects our whole economy, and especially our pocketbooks as cattlemen.
If COOL is not repealed, cattlemen and women that we talk to from around the country say they're concerned about the potential impact of hundreds of millions of dollars in trade retaliation by Mexico and Canada.
Well, I have talked to Minister Ritz from Canada personally, and he assured me that it's going to be a high tariff, whatever the WTO will allow. So if they would allow 70% or 50%, it would basically end our exports to Canada. I mean, we're competitive in all these markets, even though we're a little higher priced, but as soon as we make our market even higher priced, why, it's going to open the markets for lesser quality beef. So we feel it's extremely important to completely end COOL. We're hopeful that the Senate will do that here in the next few weeks.
I think we could see millions, if not more, in effects to our industry in the prices that is available for our beef. The simple fact, Mexico is one of our largest trade partners, and if we're sending beef down there and they're putting tariffs on it, ours is worth less to the packer.
What we would hope, let me start with that, is that we can get some legislation to help repeal COOL. The retaliatory tariffs are probably going to hurt us pretty bad.
And I think if we decide that we are going to just protect ourselves and feel like that we have to continue to keep country of origin labeling, we're going to just be hurting ourselves. We're going to lose a tremendous amount of value to every beef carcass. That is so dependent upon our trade value. So if we punch our trade customers in the nose of Canada and Mexico specifically, they're going to shut their borders, they're going to hit us with some pretty hard tariffs, and we're going to end up just hurting ourselves.
Well, it'd be huge, but the thing that I can say with all confidence in the world is it isn't just the retaliatory effect of the beef industry. They would retaliate on many other industries in this country that would impact other people besides us. So not only should the beef industry be concerned, all industries in this country should be concerned, because it would put additional stress on those industries financially.
If you'd like to be heard on the COOL issue, voice your opinion to your senator and consider joining NCBA in the fight for common sense policies that will help the U.S. cattle industry remain strong. To become an NCBA member, call 1-866-USA-BEEF or visit our website, that's beefusa.org. Still ahead on NCBA's Cattlemen to Cattlemen.
Consumers are caring more about where their food is coming from. And I think as beef producers, we need to give them that information.
We'll talk about the Beef Quality Assurance Program and why it's important for cattle producers to get BQA certified. And later, we'll head to Virginia to see how producers there work to put up the best quality hay crop. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
You're watching NCBA's Cattlemen to Cattlemen on RFD TV.
New Holland is the undisputed leader in hay tools. We give farmers a wide range of innovative equipment that increases efficiency and productivity all year round. Because to us, smart means providing a smooth, clean cut with faster dry down, plug-free conditioning, and superior bale density. And smart means leaving less hay on the field to feed more livestock in less time. That's New Holland Smart. Visit your local New Holland dealer today.
There are many great reasons to join NCBA, and that includes exclusive NCBA member discounts and benefits from some outstanding companies.
Hi, this is Kerry Bastine, President of Roper Apparel and Footwear, Stetson Apparel Boots, and Tin Hall. We are very proud sponsors of the NCBA, and for all new members signing up with the NCBA, you get 50% off your first purchase, and for all Go Forward members, you get 25% off 4 times a year. Go to urbanwesternwear.com, click on the NCBA specials, use your coupon code for your first 50% off, and come back to Urban Western Wear all year long and use your 25% coupons that you'll find in the National Cattlemen's newspaper.
Big discounts on boots, clothing, and Western apparel is just one of the many amazing deals you get as an NCBA member. Don't miss out. Join NCBA today and enjoy these exclusive member discounts. Find out more at beefusa.org.
No storm is too powerful for new Purina Wind and Rain Storm Minerals, formulated with ultimate weather resistance. That means more minerals in the feeder and available to your cattle. Wind and Rain Storm Minerals provide more consistent intake and balanced mineral nutrition to optimize herd health and breedback rates. See the difference at your local Purina dealer or visit cattlenutrition.com. Wind and Rain Storm Minerals, another way Purina is building better cattle.
Welcome back. No matter what segment of the cattle industry you work in, the reality is that our ultimate customer is the person who chooses to consume the beef we produce. The shopper at the grocery store buying beef, or someone ordering a burger or steak at a restaurant, is the bottom line on beef demand. That's why we as cattle producers must do all we can to assure consumers of the safety and quality of our product. We have more on the need for beef quality assurance from Cattlemen to Cattlemen reporter Brian Baxter.
Today's consumers want to know more about their food, especially when it comes to beef. Questions about production practices, such as animal handling and antibiotic use, are top of mind, and consumers are eager for answers.
Any kind of more information that I can have about how the farmer is treating the animals, how the farmer is treating the environment, those are things that inform my decision. So I want more information.
I think any way that we can be sure that there's consistent information being shared with producers and they're sharing it with each other and they're held accountable for what they're promoting to buyers, I think that's really important.
I would like to know if they are doing what should be done for cattle, and obviously I'd also like to know what kind of drugs they're giving them to keep them healthy and that sort of thing, if they are. And if there was a certification, that would definitely be something I'd be looking for.
Beef Quality Assurance, a Beef Checkoff funded program, answers this call from consumers. The online BQA certification teaches best management practices to help cattlemen provide a safe, wholesome product.
Consumers are caring more about where their food is coming from. And I think as beef producers, we need to give them that information. We should not hide from the information that we have or our practices that we do. We should let them know that we are good stewards of the land, we are good stewards with their cattle, and we are trying to produce for them a high quality and nutritious product.
Scott has seen the positive impact from BQA firsthand on the family cattle operation in Iowa, with increased demand from packers for his cattle.
And the reason I became BQA certified was to be able to sell my products to more than just one packer. I wanted to be able to have the ability to have multiple bids on my cattle, and my thought was that if I don't get BQA certified, then I'm limiting myself.
The best management practices of BQA cover a wide variety of beef production topics and identify common areas for improvement.
Learning BQA handling procedures has taken the stress out of my handlers and from the cattle. It has certainly made a difference in how we process cattle and handle cattle, from processing them through the squeeze chute to loading cattle for market. We learned how to handle them more properly and to become safer for the individuals and for the animals. We also learned how to inject vaccines and other medicines into the hides of the animals so it didn't create a blemish. So those things were a valuable tool for us in my operation.
Beef quality assurance betters the entire cattle industry, and Beringer Ingelheim believes all producers should get certified.
Beringer Ingelheim is a proud partner of BQA. We believe at the end of the day it's right for the producer, it's right for the animal, and it's right for our consumers. I would encourage every cattle producer, regardless of segment or size, geography, to take advantage of this opportunity in the online window and certification, as well as reach out to your state BQA coordinator.
Getting BQA certified online is easy and can be conveniently completed at any time.
I actually was online to learn to achieve my BQA certification. That process was very free, very easy to navigate through. I'm not a very computer savvy individual, and for my own self, it worked very well. If producers haven't been BQA certified yet, I would strongly suggest that they do. There are a lot of choices out there for different proteins, and I believe that if we, as producers, become beef quality assurance certified, we will give them confidence in the fact that they are going to purchase our beef products to understand that they have a high quality, a high nutritious, treated well, and processed animal.
To join the Neese family and thousands of other beef producers in becoming BQA certified, visit the website to get started today. I'm Brian Baxter reporting for NCBA's Cattlemen to Cattlemen.
And joining us now to talk more about BQA is Chase DeCoy of the National Cattlemen's Beef Association. Chase, why do you think BQA is so important for all producers in all segments?
You know, BQA is really the foundation of the beef industry, and it's a producer education program that all segments can adopt to ensure they're doing the right thing and raising their cattle in a manner that consumers trust and know that they're doing it the right way. So I think for all segments, it's important that they understand the principles of BQA and apply them to their operations.
And how has BQA grown over the years, particularly as it relates to participation?
Yeah, so BQA really started in the 80s to improve the quality of beef products, and today it's really expanded to a total best practice program that producers can adopt to continuously improve their own operations and see the benefits of participating in BQA.
You talk about its comprehensiveness. Tell us about some of the key elements that BQA covers and how that aligns with some of consumers' interests today.
Yeah, consumers are ever more concerned about where their food is coming from and how beef cattle are raised, and so the BQA program touches on some of their hot button issues like the judicious use of antibiotics and really ensuring that they're being stewards of the environment and of the land, and ensuring that what cattle are fed is the right thing to be fed, and that they can share that story with the consumer and really be adamant that they are doing the right thing.
And just so we're clear with our viewers, this is something that you're recommending for everyone in the industry. Cow-calf, stockers, feeders, and frankly, everybody in an operation. Is that right?
That's exactly right. It's not a very hard thing to complete. In fact, most operations already operate on BQA principles, and it's just something to adopt and just reaffirm that you're doing the right thing, sharing the right story with the consumer, but also looking at your own operation and looking in the mirror and seeing those opportunities for improvement.
You said it's not very hard to get BQA certified. Tell folks specifically what steps they have to go through.
That's exactly right, Kevin. Really all it takes is some time. If they go to bqa.org. They can learn about their state certification programs and contact their state coordinator, see if there's any local certification programs. They can also do online training for free, open now until November 20th, courtesy of Boehringer Ingelheim Vet Medica. They can go online, get the coupon code, and register right there until November 20th to get certified online for free.
That's outstanding. Thank you so much for coming today, and thanks for all you're doing to lead the effort in beef quality assurance.
Thank you, Kevin.
Just ahead on Cattlemen to Cattlemen, we'll take you to Virginia to see how producers there work to put up the best quality hay. And later, we'll take a trip to Iowa to visit an award-winning family cattle operation. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
I have never wanted to do anything other than be in the cattle business. We use Triangle on the cows because it's been safe and effective and it's done us a good job. We're asking these cows to do more, so that has been a change. We have had just phenomenal results. We have very, very little loss. 100% of our cattle get vaccinated with Triangle.
Beef Quality Assurance is your consumer-friendly story. Becoming BQA certified allows you to share your story and ensure customers that we're responsibly raising a safe, wholesome, and healthy beef supply. The checkoff-funded BQA program equips you with the best management practices for handling cattle, tending to their health, and taking care of the environment. And now, thanks to a partnership with Boehringer Ingelheim, you and your employees can earn a free BQA certification online from September 15th to November 20th. Visit bqa.org today.
This is yours, and so is what grows there. Not theirs or theirs, yours. You need this to fight this and this to grow more this. Because the more of this you feed them, the less this you spend on that, which leaves more of this here. Don't let them take this from you. Chaparral takes care of weeds and brush, and that's that.
Welcome back. When the forecast is right for making hay, cattle producers need durable, efficient hay tools to get the job done. To get a closer look at the wide variety of hay equipment options, Cattlemen to Cattlemen reporter Brian Baxter takes us to Virginia.
Hay is a major feed source for most cattle operations, but this is especially true in the east, where grazing acres may be limited. Cattlemen work all summer dodging wet weather to put up enough hay to feed their cow herd through the winter.
The types of hay we're putting up, primarily orchard grass and clover, and with a little timothy and probably quite a bit of fescue in it. And the end goal for that hay is normally we put most of it up dry. There is some of it we put up wet, make silage hay out of. But the end goal for that is it stays right here for feed for our cattle.
Better the quality of the hay, the more nutrients are there, the better the cattle do, the better the cattle grow, the better the mama cow's milk. You can't always put up high quality because of the weather, but you have to do the best you can. This year's been kind of tough. We've had a whole lot of rain. It's been a couple days a week. It's about all you can, drying days you've had, but you've got to squeeze it in and do the best you can. That's all you can do.
We feed all our hay, sell very little, if any. We put up a lot of high moisture hay. I would say a quarter of it or more is high moisture. I feel like it really makes a difference on the cow herd, especially on the backgrounding calves. That high moisture hay really supplements them a lot better, so I don't have to do a whole lot of supplemental feed.
Hay season can be a tricky time of year for beef cattle producers. As in many parts of the country, weather conditions have been especially wet in Virginia this year. So when cattlemen get into the hayfield, time is of the essence. Durable machinery that runs with minimal downtime is a must, and cattlemen here trust hay equipment from John Deere to get the job done.
This hay and grass, when it needs to be cut, it needs to be cut. And you need to do it as fast and efficient as possible. You need to be up and going. Every day you're down is the grass is getting more mature, and to get the best protein values out of it, it needs to be cut at the right time.
John Deere's been making hay equipment for years. I mean, price is one thing, but longevity, the parts department that John Deere has and the service department they have is better than anybody on the market. And resale value, I mean, not only that the equipment does very well raking and cutting and baling, a lot of other brands can do the same thing, but downtime is a big thing with these farmers.
Mower conditioners from John Deere get the haying process off to a fast start. The mower conditioner not only cuts the crop, but conditions it for better dry down time.
We use our John Deere mower conditioners, the 530 and the 630, primarily to cut hay. We cut about 300 acres of hay every year, twice, and also cut a few things for some other people as well. We use those primarily for that, for cutting the hay. Really helps in dry down, and the conditioners do, and just helps us get through quicker.
The one we're operating with at MoCo with is 94's model year 7400 that normally does most of the baling and cutting. We have a 6430 premium, 6420, a couple 6300 John Deeres, and my boss has just recently purchased a 6115M that we're running, and I'm sold on the green tractors.
This mower conditioner, I like it. I've had a center pivot before, and I like the center pivots. A little bit easier. We travel up and down the road a whole lot, and it's a little bit easier controlling the machine as you go up and down the road. You can swing it over if you have to or not. It's easier to use the machine. You're able to see pretty good both corners. It cuts smooth, and I like this machine. It pulls good, it cuts good, it's quiet.
Well built and durable, the mower conditioners from John Deere own up to their green paint. In fact, there's a 3-year warranty on the cutter bar and all internal components. And if a machine does break down, Cattlemen can trust the John Deere dealer network to have parts and service ready to go to keep them in the field.
As far as the mower conditioners, what I like about them, they're really easy to maintain, pretty well trouble-free. We have very little trouble out of them. They're real reliable. If we do have any kind of issues, we get pretty good support from the dealer, and they take care of us.
The main thing why we run the Deere equipment is parts service. It's got a pretty good network, but we usually don't have very long to wait to get a piece of equipment, part for a piece of equipment. To me, that's the key, is the downtime. Time's money.
John Deere has been here forever, of course. John Deere is the market leader in agricultural sales in North America, and their deal support, the farmers know when they buy a John Deere tractor, it will be fixed, and it can be fixed in a timely manner. They're not waiting 2 weeks for parts, but that's key, because again, when they have hay on the ground, they have to make hay when the sun shines, and they've got to get rolling, so they rely on John Deere.
As far as John Deere equipment goes, it's all about to me, it's about the quality and the fact that they stand behind their product. That's what really gets it for me. They'll stand behind it. If you have trouble, they're going to take care of you.
When it comes to making hay, durable and efficient equipment is what matters most, and John Deere's commitment to quality and service helps keep producers rolling in the field. Reporting from Virginia, I'm Brian Baxter for NCBA's Cattlemen to Cattlemen.
I know on my own cattle operation, keeping equipment working and in the hayfield is the best way to put up high quality hay. Whether it's tractors, balers, or mower conditioners, John Deere offers durable equipment to get your hay put up the right way. If you'd like to learn more about hay equipment that will meet the needs of your own farm or ranch, visit the website johndeere.com. Still to come on Cattlemen to Cattlemen, we'll head to South Dakota to see how one family is winning the fight against bovine respiratory disease. And next, we'll visit a ranch in Iowa to see how they steward their land and their cattle. Stay with us. We'll have more right after this.
It's that time of year. Falling leaves, hay fields, and the smell of sweet diesel. Gear up for fall with John Deere equipment. Test drive all the latest equipment at our Drive Green event. You'll get coupons worth $500 off John Deere compact and utility tractors, plus $250 off a wide range of turf equipment. And the first 50 people to attend will receive a limited edition John Deere camo hat. Go to johndeere.com/drivegreen to find an event near you. Drive green. Be there.
There are many great reasons to join NCBA, and that includes exclusive NCBA member-only discounts from Cabela's.
We have an exclusive membership program that allows members of NCBA to buy our Cabela's co-branded gift cards at a 15% discount.
Use gift cards towards Cabela's purchases either online through the catalog or in-store. NCBA members can also purchase logo apparel from Cabela's at a discount.
And we do all of the NCBA's merchandise through the website. In that program, you can receive up to a 30% discount through the NCBA site. We have state association logos, all the Beef USA logos. We can use those to outfit your guys working on the ranch. Cabela's is proud to be a sponsor of NCBA and all their member base.
15% off gift cards to Cabela's plus savings on apparel is just one of the great deals you get as an NCBA member. Join today at beefusa.org.
For cattlemen and women across the country, it's a daily commitment to care for their cattle, their land, and all their natural resources. And I'm always proud to share the story of those who excel as caretakers of the land. We're continuing our series showcasing the 2015 regional winners of the Environmental Stewardship Award. This time, we head to Region 3 and a family ranch in Iowa.
A sea of grass covers the hills on the Rao Ranch in southern Iowa. Here, the grass and the Angus cattle are thriving as a result of the hard work of Glenn and Bev Rao, who built this operation together.
We first started this ranch down here, bought it in 1997. Originally bought 427 acres, and since then we've expanded to about 1,000 acres.
We're in good old Iowa tall grass hill country, and lots of grass out here this year because we've had a lot of rain.
We're in basically southern Iowa, right on the Madison-Union County line. It's rolling to gently sloping land, very marginal crop ground, good pasture ground, good hay ground. That's what we aim to do with it. It's mostly have hay and pasture use for it.
For nearly 3 decades, Glenn and Bev worked their 4th-generation family farm and feedlot in Dallas County, about 50 miles to the north. But as their sons returned home to take over the original family farm, Glenn and Bev founded this new cow-calf operation on land that was in dire need of attention.
There were a lot of cedar trees out here, a lot of junk trees, and we've cleared it and we've seeded, and the natural grasses or native grasses have come up through the seeding and stuff, and it's made a lot more pasture land for the cows out here.
When we bought the land, most of it was overrun with thistles and locust trees, cedar trees, very little grass on it. What grass there was fescue and everything. Part of it had been farmed for a year, had soybean stubble, which didn't amount to too much, and it actually made it a little easier to put new seed in. But it was a challenge. It's a challenge every day.
Glenn and Bev have met those challenges with action. They've been aggressive in spraying to eliminate thistles and other weeds in their pastures. They've continually reseeded to improve their grasses, and they've implemented a rotational grazing program managed with solar-powered electric fencing.
Our rotational grazing, I think, is just a tremendous benefit to the forage production of this part of the country because of the availability of something new for these cattle rather than be turned out in the whole pasture.
We have 23 paddocks, and we move the cows every week to 10 days depending on how much grass we have, and we try to rest the different paddocks, and we save back some for calving or for winter feed, and we try to do it so that we have lots of grass for them.
Key to the success of their grazing program is water. Working with the Natural Resources Conservation Service, Glenn has installed several miles of pipeline to bring clean, consistent rural water to the cattle.
He's seen a benefit in the rural water systems that provide a high-quality water source that's cool, it's algae-free, and it's pressurized, where he can place watering tanks throughout the pasture system without any concern for the system to be gravity fed.
Also, the rural water that we use has improved our conception rates and I think weaning weights, and also improved the body condition score of all our cows by helping have a little cleaner water.
Glenn and Bev have transformed nearly every acre of their land. They've planted hundreds of trees around their home and dedicated 40 acres as a wildlife refuge. While the vast majority of their land is in grass, about 250 acres grow no-till corn and soybeans, which the cattle graze in the fall after harvest. And they've fenced cattle out of the farm ponds and added wide buffer zones to filter water that flows to the creeks.
Water looks much better as it's leaving our land than when it came onto our land. And I think it's because of all the waterways that we've installed and keeping the cows out of the streams and out of the ponds and things like that. And I think it's improved it a lot.
And that's our goal, I guess, is to retain as much of the water as we can and keep it as long as we can before it runs off. And if we absorb those nutrients in the water, that helps our forages, and it helps the water down the stream and stuff. And so we've hopefully improved the water quality that leaves our land.
I think Glenn and Bev, the operation they have here is certainly about taking care of cattle, but it's also about taking care of the land. You know, we have lots of great land in Iowa. We raise a lot of corn and soybeans, but we have some land as well that is great cattle ground, and that's what it needs to be. And they show how to get it done, and I'm just so impressed with the way they manage their land here.
With an eye for every detail, Glenn and Bev are passionate participants in the beef cattle industry, committing their life and legacy to a land they love.
This was our goal, and I guess we're living the dream now, and it's so great to have our sons and our daughter-in-laws and our grandchildren that all enjoy the livestock and the rural life and our lifestyles here.
My environmental legacy is we hope to leave it much better than we got it, and we hope that someone will carry on, hopefully our kids or grandkids, and keep cows out here instead of plowing it up and farming it again.
Our thoughts, Bev's and mine both, is that there's no question that you do the right thing. You know, if you've got a bad spot in a field or a bad fence or something like this, you fix it. You know, you don't just let it go, you just don't let it ride, you just don't think, oh, maybe tomorrow. You take care of it, and that's what we've tried to do. But it's also the way that a good steward would take care of the land and the cattle.
To find out about all the regional stewardship winners, visit the website environmentalstewardship.org. Still to come on Cattlemen to Cattlemen, we'll hear from the master storyteller himself, Baxter Black. And next, we'll head to South Dakota to see how one family is winning the battle to keep their cattle healthy and growing. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Sure, cattle bring in the profits, but Case IH equipment helps you do everything else.
Every truck can tow a boat. Every truck can climb a hill. Every truck can haul a trailer. But not everyone can say they're the fastest growing truck brand in America. Guts, Glory, Ram.
Sure, cattle bring in the profits, but Case IH equipment helps you do everything else.
Welcome back. Keeping cattle healthy is the key to beef producers' profitability. Respiratory disease costs producers an average of $15 per head per year. Now that's a major expense that can be managed. Cattlemen to Cattlemen reporter Brian Baxter takes us to South Dakota to see how one ranching family is winning the battle against respiratory disease in their herd.
On the edge of the South Dakota Badlands, the Williams family has carved out a living on a scenic ranch. Despite its beauty, the tough northern plains environment can pose a challenge for ranchers like Marty Williams, whose family has been ranching near the Cheyenne River since 1979.
My granddad and great-granddad were all in the livestock business, and my folks, when they got out of college, they got married. We came down here in 1979. My brother and I, we went to college. When we got done, we came home and we started expanding. We built our background lot. My folks were good enough, they helped us create an opportunity so we could stay on the land and try and make a living in the livestock industry. We are just off the Cheyenne River, and obviously you can see it's fairly rough country. We have to manage our grass because it is very sensitive here with shale banks and stuff, so it gets to be a challenge just to keep forage in front of livestock. Lack of rainfall in the summertime generally is the problem.
Winter is also a challenge for Marty. He works with a small family crew, so ensuring animal health is critically important, as is a solid nutrition program to make sure his cows get their calves off to a strong start.
Starting with a good nutrition program, that relates back to when we get into calving in the spring, have a good body condition score in our cows. Therefore, cows produce colostrum. Colostrum produces healthy calves, and we can get them calves off to a good start in the spring and give them a chance. Obviously, where we're here, we calve in country like this. When a cow calves, you're not going to see that calf for 2-3 days. So he either got it or he didn't, and strong will survive, because if he didn't get it right away, he's not gonna make it till weaning. So we try and do it ahead of time by watching the cows and culling and keeping a high plane of nutrition.
The focus on nutrition ensures cattle have every opportunity to stay healthy. However, when they do get sick, an animal on a good nutritional plane is better able to fight illness, and a strong vaccination program is more effective in fighting that disease.
If we go back and look at setting up a vaccination program and combine that with a good nutrition program and a good management program, then we really have set the foundation for an overall prevention program for respiratory disease.
Obviously, if you start with a good immune system, the vaccines are gonna work properly. Otherwise, if you don't have nutrition, first of all, the vaccines are not gonna work near as effectively as if the cattle are in better condition.
It really starts to the day they're born and having good colostrum. It's like flipping a light switch for the immune system. So if we can start a calf off right with good nursing and good quality colostrum from the dam, then it sets the stage for us to vaccinate that animal as his immune system matures.
Managing respiratory disease, we work closely with our nutritionist and make sure that we're balancing our rations. And then we come in with the Vista Once and a Vision 7. And in order for those vaccines to work, we need to start with a high plan of nutrition.
To Marty, managing herd health is important because of the combination of a limited labor pool and the tough country he ranches in, which limits his ability to monitor cattle on a daily basis. Those conditions mean a proven vaccine like Vista is crucial to success.
In the winter and the spring, we feed these cows. We're seeing them every day. When they come to feed, we look through them all and make sure there's no problems. On summertime, when we get turned out, it is a little more difficult. We see them a couple times a week, ride through them, and then you're checking water and stuff like that. But it is more difficult in the summertime, but we hope that the practices we did throughout the winter and the spring will carry over and help us in the summertime. And that's why we use the Vista Once, because summertime pneumonia, when it gets hot and dry and dusty in the summertime, does become a problem. By pre-planning, it makes it easier in the summertime.
When he does have a chance to monitor cattle, Marty says quick identification of the disease and rapid treatment are critical. He says that starts with a good working relationship with his veterinarian.
I have a good relationship with our veterinarian. If I got a problem, he's on speed dial. We talk about everything, and if you think you got something going on, we're able to hopefully curb it off before it becomes a wreck.
Veterinarians and cattle producers work together hand in hand, and the veterinarian tries to provide those services that make for sustainable relationship and profitability for the producer. And so it's early intervention and calling the vets when they're needed, but also when they're not needed, and go down and ask for advice, because veterinarians really work hard to get new information and then can translate that into useful information for the producers they work with.
That information includes making sure you're treating the right disease with the right product in the event of an outbreak. That's where veterinary diagnostics can make a big difference.
The biggest thing is to know what pathogens are there. So if we go back through and look at collecting samples and when to collect samples, it really gives us a background on what vaccines to select and what drugs to use. What we found is that there's been a shift over time in the number of drug-resistant pathogens there. And where we seldom saw them, now we're starting to find them more and more often. And in a recent survey that we did of feedlot cattle, we found out that about 4% of the cattle are coming in carrying multi-drug resistant bugs at that point in time. And so that makes respiratory disease management a lot more difficult, because we don't want those particular pathogens to spread through the cattle.
Dr. Spire and Marty both agree that developing a relationship with a veterinarian before you have a problem and tackling any health challenges early is essential if you're going to be successful in keeping cows and calves growing strong.
And I've had so many cases where people will call up and say, well, this started a week ago, and then they bring it in. But the best relationship that you can have is where you're part of a team, and you're part of a sustainable team for that operation. And a veterinarian can contribute to that operation in a cost-effective manner.
Right away in the springtime when you're branding, get your shots in them calves. Pay attention to the warning signs. If you got a problem, take care of it early. And then the fall when you're weaning them calves, get another round of shots in them. That's going to keep those feedlots coming back and buying their calves, because they'll know they've had shots and they're going to stay healthy and they're going to perform.
Near Wall, South Dakota, I'm Brian Baxter reporting for NCBA's Cattlemen to Cattlemen.
To learn more about winning the battle against BRD and why you should include Vista in your herd health regimen, visit the website mercanimalhealthusa.com. Stick around. Our good friend Baxter Black joins us after this quick break.
Your herd, your business, your family. You've always protected what matters most, so you know how important vaccinations are for healthy cattle. And with Vista vaccines from Merck Animal Health, you know you're covered. No other vaccine works like Vista. Only Vista gives you complete dual-action pneumonia protection and complete one-dose fetal protection for the entire pregnancy. Protect what matters most. Talk to your veterinarian or animal health supplier about Vista.
Set sail for San Diego and the 2016 Cattle Industry Convention and NCBA Trade Show. It's the cattle industry's biggest convention with education, networking, and fun that can't be beat. Plus, you can check out the huge NCBA Trade Show, and there will be a special event held on the historic USS Midway. It's the 2016 Cattle Industry Convention and NCBA Trade Show, January 27th through 29th in San Diego. Visit beefusa.org for more.
Working your cattle just got easier. Introducing the new VetGun delivery system, a new way to apply topical insecticides to your cattle. The VetGun lets you remotely treat cattle with effective parasite control, so you can do it from an ATV, on horseback, or just walking among the herd. It's that simple. The proven topical insecticide AML VetCap is used with the VetGun. It works fast to control horn flies and lice while minimizing stress on your cattle. Fast, easy, effective. VetGun. Check with your animal health supplier for availability.
We know who made that hitch. We know who cut the steel, who milled the ball, and who welded the seams. We know who tested, measured, and checked. We even know who thought the whole thing up. We're B&W, and we know your hitch. Because we don't make them halfway around the world. We make them all right here. B&W. Trusted.
Dave works on a ranch, and he'd been asked to guide a notable photographer around. He was shooting pictures for a book on ranches. The photographer named Symington discussed with Dave what he was hoping to capture on the film. You guys just do what you normally do. Play like I'm not here. Well, no self-respecting cowboy with any vanity at all is gonna play like he's not there. He's not gonna kick off in a long trot for 2 miles and leave the photographer behind. No. Well, Dave took all precautions to protect their guest. He picked the gentlest horse in the string. He cinched him up tight. He put a rope and rein on the bridle and gave him basic steering instructions. The crew wended through the cactus and love grass, around the mesquite, down the country roads, and into the Cholla obstacle course. Somewhere along the way, old Tucker, Symington's horse, had enough of the off-balance, jaw-jerking, foot-slapping, click-clacking, snip-snapping, slow-stopping, jerk-jabbing contraption sitting on his back. Dave said it was painful to watch. Old Tucker bucked through the Cholla like a ping-pong ball in a pinball machine. Symington dropped the reins. He was trying to grab the saddle horn. 2 cameras swinging around his neck, a nylon camera bag big as a hound dog, the saddle horn, a fanny pack full of fruits and nuts, his canteen full of papaya juice, and the saddle horn. Like a loose cannon on the deck of the Titanic, he rocked and rolled. He heaved and hauled, he swerved and swayed, he G'd and hawed, and then, in a perfect example of an ancient Grecian 2-step catapult, Symington went straight up, both feet still in the stirrup, seemed to pause, standing on the pommel, and then was ejected out into space. With all his accoutrements in midair, he looked like a satellite spreading its solar panels. Well, what did you do? I asked Dave. Well, he said, wasn't much I could do. He crashed and rolled over there and laid there amongst the pieces of his stuff. So I just played like he wasn't there. This is Baxter Black and old Tucker from out there.
Thanks, Baxter. That sounds like some of our Cattlemen and Cattlemen photographers. Now, a reminder, if you're a member of the National Cattlemen's Beef Association, you have the opportunity to read the National Cattleman. It's a monthly publication filled with valuable cattle industry news, information, and education that will keep you up to date. It's a free benefit exclusively for members of NCBA. So why not join today? Just give us a call. That's 1-866-USA-BEEF. Or visit the website beefusa.org. Don't go away. We'll have more right after this.
Beef quality assurance is your consumer-friendly story. Becoming BQA certified allows you to share your story and ensure customers that we're responsibly raising a safe, wholesome, and healthy beef supply. The checkoff-funded BQA program equips you with the best management practices for handling cattle, tending to their health and taking care of the environment. And now, thanks to a partnership with Beringer Ingelheim, you and your employees can earn a free BQA certification online from September 15th to November 20th. Visit bqa.org today.
It's the official monthly publication of the National Cattlemen's Beef Association. The National Cattleman is produced exclusively for NCBA members and includes coverage of the news and events affecting our industry. Every issue includes market analysis, feature stories, and practical management tips. Start receiving your copy of The National Cattleman. Call 866-USA-BEEF or go online to beefusa.org and join today.
The Peterson Farm Brothers believe all cattlemen and women should take part in the Beef Quality Assurance Program.
Beef Quality Assurance is a beef checkoff funded program that helps educate producers how to provide a more safe, wholesome, and nutritious product for consumers.
BQA encourages proper handling of cattle as well as proper vaccination techniques and much more.
It's very important that we in this industry are providing what consumers want, and that is safe, high quality, wholesome, well-produced beef. We really encourage everyone out there to get BQA certified.
Join the team today at bqa.org.
Welcome back. The Beef Quality Assurance Program provides cattle producers with the tools and training necessary to assure animal health and well-being and to provide a safe, quality product. Between now and November, you can take advantage of free online BQA certification, compliments of our friends at Beringer Ingelheim. Just visit the website bqa.org and sign up today. It's an outstanding opportunity to do the right thing for your business and for our beef industry. Time now for this week's Legacy Photos, submitted by farm and ranching families from around our country. Let's take a look. Why not send us your own legacy photos? It's easy to do. Just visit our website, cattlemen-to-cattlemen.org. Next week on NCBA's Cattlemen to Cattlemen, we'll have an update on opportunities to grow U.S. beef exports. We'll share insights on the nutrition strategies to get your calves off to a great start, and we'll visit the legendary 4 Sixes Ranch in Texas. Well, that's our time for this edition of NCBA's Cattlemen to Cattlemen. Thanks so much for watching.